that is going to be awesome. Good afternoon, everyone. We are live right now in Nigeria, and we are treating the reason why some Nigerians are being refused to enter United Kingdom. So it's a live program right now in Nigeria. We are looking at the reason why some Nigerians are getting refusal notice when they apply to come to the United Kingdom. I have clients with me right now, so it's a live program and it's a true life story. If you guys are on, I'd like you to make sense from it. We are live right now, and you will get through to us on 0813 456 6319. Thanks for coming on. 0813 456 6319. That's the number you can reach us now on 0813 456 6319. We are live in Nigeria right now. We are looking at the reason why some Nigerians are receiving refusal notice. It could be down to document error. It could be down to practitioner's mistake in terms of putting documents together. It could then be down to financial situation aspect, because a lot of people want to travel abroad, but they don't realize that it involves money. So we want to look at it in depth today. So join me and tell your friends. This is our chapter today, and that's what we are looking at. I want to appraise all of you. I want to thank you for coming on. I want you to know that you are highly recognized. I don't have to mention your name all the time, but if I don't do that, it doesn't mean that I disregard you. There is always a way to do things and change things around every time, as you may aware. Good afternoon, my lovely princess. So let's crack on. Can I have the reason for refusal, please? So don't forget, we are looking at why some Nigerians are refused visas to enter United Kingdom. So today I'm looking at visitor's visa. The reason why that this particular applicant was refused will be known to you. The name and the physical image of the person cannot be disclosed for better protection reason. As you may know, as a lawyer, I have every power to protect my client's interests at all times, and that's what we are doing. So what we are looking at today is just the general reason for refusal. So this is the first refusal. Now we have the first refusal, which was dated for, what year was this dated? Last year. Yeah. Now another major problem that I always discover, without even going in depth at the moment, I can see straight away that they have applied within 6 months of the first refusal. The entry clearance officers tend to look at that situation and see that why are they so much in a hurry? If they have been refused, why are they in a hurry to reapply again? You know, so they are much concerned as well in that aspect. But a lot of people do not understand that that is an area of concern. You cannot afford to apply all the time when you're being refused. You have to lay back and relax back and see how you can correct it. And then there is something we call cooling off period that we need to always have regard to. Cooling off period in every situation, even if you take a bank loan, there is a cooling off period. If you take mobile phones in England, you know there is always 14 days cooling off period. Cooling off period is something that I always advise clients to adhere to. In visa situation, it must be after 6 months, not within 6 months. The cooling off period from the first day of refusal is after 6 months, not within 6 months. So I want people to take that on board. I really want people to have that at the back of their mind. Now, if you look at it now, this person is being refused a visa to enter United Kingdom in 2016, the first one, isn't it? Yeah. Now, the decision of the refusal of the entry clearance stated, I have refused your application for a visit visa because I am not satisfied that you meet the requirement of paragraph V4.2 of Appendix 5 immigration rules for visitors because it stated, you state that you are self-employed. So look at that carefully. You state that you are self-employed and that your nephew will fund your trip to the United Kingdom. You have provided sponsorships. I have now considered your own personal and economic circumstances in Nigeria. So regardless of whether somebody is going to sponsor you when you get to the United Kingdom, you need to show your financial stability in Nigeria. If you can't prove your financial stability in Nigeria, you're going to be refused. And I think that's exactly what I'm seeing happening here. But I don't want to conclude straight away. I want to carry you along because this is a serious matter. We have clients in sitting, and I want clients to really learn from this. You might not know. It might end up in future tell people that the lawyer said this, and I stand corrected. I always stand by my advice. And it stated, secondly, that you state that you are self-employed. However, I am unable to ascertain details of your monthly income from your application. No details of your monthly outlay or profit for your business. No details to verify that your business is currently trading. As such, I'm unable to verify how you currently support yourself in Nigeria. Did you see that? And then the third aspect for the reason for refusal is that in light of all the above, I am not satisfied as to your intentions in wishing to travel to the United Kingdom and will leave UK at the end of your visit. Furthermore, I am not satisfied that you have sufficient funds available to cover your costs while in the UK without working or accessing public funds. Your application for a visit visa has been refused under the same paragraph we have been talking about. Any future UK visa applications you may make will be considered on their individual merit. However, you are likely to be refused unless that means there is a continuation of this particular paragraph here, isn't it? It's over 6 months, okay.
But actually, when we submitted that application, there was no bank, statement of accounts in the application. So, in the second application, we included it.
Now, let me deal with the public so that they will understand. Maybe they can, in future, avoid similar mistake. The applicant was refused on the basis that the entry clearance officers was unable to satisfy income in Nigeria, and they claimed that the applicant is a self-employed person. Now, a self-employed person must have a business running, must register his or her business, must have bank account in the name of that business, and must be paying his or her due diligent tax to the government of Federal Republic of Nigeria. I think that is what is lacking here. Now, in this kind of scenario, when you want to put in an application, what is lacking here, first is the bank statement to corroborate that this person is self-employed, which is business bank statement that is missing. There is no evidence of company registration, and nothing that is lacking here. Now, when you say you're self-employed, all of us that are self-employed all over the world, we tend to have receipts and invoices of what we buy on our company's name. There were no indication of invoices submitted or receipts on businesses buying and selling. Of course, there are some things that you buy and you don't pay straight away, you pay at the end of the month. That should include invoice. Invoice is not here. You understand? If the business, according to the Nigerian system, has been registered for over 3 years, there has to, and is active, there has to be evidence of tax payment, evidence of tax liability. That is not shown here. Now, going for a visit in England, apart from the person that is showing an invitation letter, which I don't think is in question here, they're not doubting her nephew here. They are particular about her financial situation in Nigeria, because at the end of the day, what they want to establish here is to ensure that she's going to return at the end of her visit in the United Kingdom back to Nigeria. The entry clearance officer here is unable to establish that, hence the reason for refusal. It's a self-employed person. So the documents submitted were not enough. So of course she will refuse. Let's look at the second one. Now the application was made again. Another application was made. Thank you. A second application was made again within 6 months. Within 6 months. Good afternoon, according to the weather in Nigeria, which is similar to the same time in the United Kingdom. After 2. Good afternoon. Yes, say.
The application was actually after 6 months.
Okay. But you understand the reason why the first one was refused?
Yes. But what I'm asking now, the self-employed is the type of trading.
Yeah.
You have to have a business name for trading.
Yeah.
Like the shop owner.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. For banking records, they're supposed to be business name. So therefore, the business is supposed to be registered properly. Even if it's an enterprises one, it's supposed to have a name. And that name should be taken to the bank and say, listen, I want to open business account. And I have 2 referees that are running commercial banking as well to stand as a referee. Yeah, for reference in that kind of scenario. You see, the white man's thinking is different. The developing world, which is African, they tend to do things differently. They want to do things in a hush, hurry manner. But unfortunately, the white men are not seeing it from that angle. There is an adage that says that what worth doing is worth doing well. That's their belief. And that's the way some of us are touched. No one will expect me at this stage to do things in the way it's being done in Nigeria. No. I have grown, trained, touched, and done everything back there in England. So that basically shows the difference between people like my standard of my stature and those who are still in the country who have not traveled before. Do you understand? So that is why I tend to concentrate on the visas to the United Kingdom majorly, because that is where I practice my law, and I wine and dine with people there. So I understand it. I was born there, so it's my country. In fact, it's my first country before Nigeria came into being to my life. So I understand exactly the thinking, the orientation of what they are actually looking or expecting from people that are applying to come to them. That application shouldn't have gone in at the time it went in, and that basically affects it. Now, because they have projected their mind and it's recorded on the system, they'll be expecting her to have another mistake again of similar nature. So they'll be expecting her to have a similar mistake. Do you understand? Now the situation here, looking at it again on the second one, which I have not read, but I'm going to look at it straight away now. It says you have applied for a visit to the United Kingdom. You are saying within what year was this dated?
This was 7 months.
Because this is 2017,
Yeah.
and that's 2015. Do you understand? So if you apply for a visa to the United Kingdom, yeah, in deciding whether you meet the requirement of Appendix 5, the immigration rules for visitors has some requirements that you have to comply with. Now, the application and any additional relevant information you have to provide has already revealed that there is an immigration history from the past. Now, the decision here is that I have refused your application for a visit visa because I am not satisfied that you meet the requirement of paragraph 4.2 to 4.10 of appendix, whatever immigration rules of visitors is there. And it says because you have applied for a visit visa for the United Kingdom for 1 month visit to your nephew and his family, you have stated that you will be sponsored financially by your nephew You have stated that your proposed visit to the UK will be funded to the amount of 1,000 by a man who you state is your nephew. And I accept that you have provided certain documents in support of your application from what you have stated to your sponsor. However, you have not provided any evidence that this person is related to you in any way. Did you see that? That was not picked up here from the first application. So they look for something else to refuse again. That this person is related to you in any way. You have also not provided any evidence that you have any sort of relationship with this person whatsoever, which leads me to doubt the credibility of your visit overall and why he will be prepared to fund your visit to the amount which you have declared. £1,000 is about 470,000 naira, isn't it? In light of the above, I am not satisfied as to your intentions in wishing to travel to the United Kingdom. Thank you for joining us on the live program, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We are still treating the same issues of the reason why Nigerians are being refused to come to the United Kingdom. So, and that's what we are looking at. In light of the above, I'm not satisfied as to your intentions in wishing you to travel to the United Kingdom and will leave the UK at the end of your visit. Your application for a visit visa has been refused on the same whatever paragraph we are relying on. Do you understand? So, however, it is your circumstances as the applicant which is of paramount importance in any visa application. I have considered this document you have brought before me, and the economic circumstances. You state that you are self-employed at petty trading. Is that registered? Was there a bank statement in the name of petty trading?
No.
Exactly. And I have a monthly income after tax of 50,000 naira is nothing. 50,000 naira is less than £100 of today's currency. You have not declared any other income or savings. So in other words, they are not going to grant that visa. Unless she declared herself an housewife and her husband is financially viable, then it will be granted based on the husband's financial circumstances. There is no need to declare this financial situation because it is a penny in the eyes of the law for those who are coming to UK. And that is why I said to people without being rude, if you cannot afford to pay my consultation fee of 30,000 naira in Nigeria, and a lot of people agree with me here, how are you going to convince the entry clearance officer that you can afford to fund your bill in the United Kingdom? And that's the way they are thinking here. That, hold on a minute, after tax, the money she has left in the account is 50,000 naira. Now, 50,000 naira is even nothing in Nigeria, not to now talk of when it comes to foreign exchange. And it says there is no savings and other income. As evidence of your financial circumstances, you have submitted a GT bank statement account in your name, not in business name. This bank statement shows unexplained deposits which are not consistent with your stated income from self-employment. You have not declared any other income or savings. You have not shown the source and provenance of this deposit. A lot of Nigerians made that mistake. When they want to submit an application to the entry clearance, they tend to start putting money into the account, taking money from family and relatives, and start dropping money in the account, expecting that money to reach around 1 million, 2 million, just to escalate it. The ECOs will not accept that kind of situation because the ECO do not see it as a genuine income. The ECO see that particular situation as just a way to circumvent the traveling to the United Kingdom, which means that there is every possibility that the person will travel and not return back to Nigeria. So that's what the word of intentions to return has not been properly met in that situation. And that's the reason why this person was refused on the second time again. And if this person continue to submit an application without taking proper advice on the highest level, it will be refused, continue to refuse. And the more dirty the application is, the more likely to be unsuccessful. So constant submission of application does not guarantee a successful result. So if anyone is online there listening to us, you are all welcome one by one. There are too many people, so there's no need to be, but I recognize all of you. You are all fantastic for joining us online now. We are looking at the major reason why Nigerians are being refused. Some Nigerians are being refused to enter United Kingdom. You cannot play the ball the way it's played on the local level in Nigeria with English system. No. This kind of scenario, we're looking at this. This is a self scenario that it shows that this person is a self-employed person. This person is a self-employed person, which means that this person is supposed to have a registered company with a bank statement in that company's name and evidence of income coming in from time to time from that business. Receipts and invoices are crucial. They are not there at the moment. Receipts and invoices are crucial. These things are lacking. They are not there. And that needs to be provided. I don't know about that. Mr. Felix. You shouldn't be saying that. There is something that guarantees us in life is free movement. Everybody, human beings are free to move from any country to another as long as they have consent of that country to go into that country. There is no need to say that, please. You still need bank statement even if you are going back with your invitation letter. So those things are the elements that are ingredients in the soup that are not there, and that's why it's not tasty. There are some ingredients that are supposed to be present while cooking soup. Once those ingredients are not there, there is every tendency that the soup will lack its taste, and that's what happened here. So if you guys are on, this is about someone that is self-employed. That thing, I will not be able to answer calls now until I finish with the visible client here. There's a client here, right here, but I want to welcome you all. So the situation now remains the fact that she's going to visit her nephew. Between you and I, does she have a business run in Nigeria that she's running in Nigeria?
Just a shop, a small shop.
It's a small shop.
Provisions.
Exactly. So it means that they're not going to grant it. Unless this person declared herself as an housewife. And if she declares herself as housewife, the husband must be financially viable. If there is no tangible financial circumstances to prove that this person coming to the United Kingdom is financially strong, do you understand? That would continue to affect the application. It's not going to succeed. It's not going to succeed. So what are you expecting from my end? Let's treat that.
What I'm expecting is just to give a proper direction to go. The right way to channel the application.
To channel this application successfully, the owners of this document will have to show that she has savings in account to revert to in Nigeria. She needs to show that apart from running that petty business, there are properties to support, to corroborate the evidence here. There isn't any. The age I'm looking at here, the person must be around 72 years. So that means that she's an older person. At this stage, people will expect that she's now at the pension age. Age is not sickness in the United Kingdom, so it's not a barrier. And as a result of that, they will not take it that her age she's 72. Do you understand? They're not going to take that she's because she's an older person. They didn't see it in that way. They didn't see it in that way. What they are looking at is her financial situation. So for this kind of application to be successful, there has to be evidence of income, money in all the time. A nephew is different from a son. So if she's going to show her nephew that this is her nephew, she will have to demonstrate with records how they are related. That element is missing here. And for a nephew, which means that she needs to provide a birth certificate connecting her and the mother of that nephew or the father of that nephew first, to show that they are brothers and sisters, and then show that nephew's birth certificate, and the parents' birth certificate will corroborate with the birth certificate of her one and her sibling. Because a nephew is your brother's child or your sister's child. Exactly. So that is missing here. So my advice is for this kind of person to make a successful application next time, she will need to demonstrate savings because the income is not viable. So she needs to show that she has landed properties in Nigeria as something to revert to. She does not have an underage child according to this age. So there is every possibility that there is nothing to revert to. Our child that is above 18 is not something to revert to because that person could look after him or herself. So it's not calculated in that manner. There is no need to make further application now until probably she has properties to corroborate in her name, deed of assignment in her name, landed properties in her name, or late, you mean late husband? Yeah, if she's a widower, then she needs to show properties in the husband's name to corroborate. But she will have to show that she's a widow and show marriage. She's a widow with marriage certificate or death certificate, something like that, and properties in the husband's name. But without that, there is no need to continue to waste money. And let her know that there is no need to ask any agents to formulate documents because they will ban her for 10 years. So there's no need to that. What she only needs is to demonstrate the genuinity of her traveling to United Kingdom, and that's just it. But at the moment, according to what I saw here, the application will not succeed, so there is no need. But if she needs more further advice, she knows, I don't want to mention name, she can get through to me again online in my private inbox to discuss with me. Yeah? Yeah. Thank you for coming. Now let's deal with the problem online now. We've done this physical one. Now the situation online here is that we need to look at it one by one so that we don't get it mixed up. How much can one earn every month and how much must be a minimum balance before one can apply? Good question. Now the situation here is that there is no particular figure. There has to be a substantial, juicy salary. Salary, the way it's being read now, you have to be looking at it because of the exchange rate, something like 400,000 to 500,000, which is, I think, is not really going to be common every month. Earning that 400,000 to 500,000, that's 1,000 pounds every month, and then they can believe you. They can believe your seriousness. At the moment, I don't believe that they will believe anyone that earns around 100,000, 150,000, 200,000 every month, because those figures are just within probably 400 pounds. You know, it's about 400 pounds. So they're not going to believe your seriousness because of the situation that they have placed Nigeria is on red alert, which means Nigeria is one of the countries that usually travels and not returning back to Nigeria. Go there and stick in there when actually they're supposed to go back and reapply for 2 years instead of overstaying. So the whole idea of this kind of program is to educate people. If you have a better life in Nigeria, you have a good job, you have properties, you have family, don't throw them away. Nigeria is not a bad nation. It's not a bad country. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. Don't lose your everything, your properties, your rights, your freedom. Because if you travel to United Kingdom with a visit visa, immediately at the end of your visit visa, you're going to become an overstayer. And if you become an overstayer, the whole issue of you going to the United Kingdom is useless. Because you will not be able to move freely. Neither would you be able to walk in England. A visit visa does not guarantee you, other than tourists, to tour around the country and spend some money into our economy. That is the whole idea of giving you that visa. So in a nutshell, there is no particular figure, but you must earn in a reasonable amount of money. So anyone that is putting 200,000, 100,000 in their account, and then you stop, sometimes you put 50,000, 40,000 in the account every month without being able to show what you are doing genuinely for living, that application is not going to succeed. You're going to be wasting money. After a decade and applied again and was asked if he or she has applied before, and the person says no, is it possible to grant such visa to the United Kingdom? Of course, the visa will be granted after 10 years. A decade is 10 years. If you have met the requirement, the whole idea is to meet the requirement. Do you understand? The whole idea is to meet the requirement of a tourist person into the United Kingdom. A lot of people want to travel to UK without actually understand what it entails. And if you don't understand what it entails, there is every possibility that they will refuse you. And be careful. There is a recent situation while I was in Nigeria, I was called that someone was stopped from coming to United Kingdom. Even though they have granted visa, she has traveled, the plane has landed. Don't forget, the aircraft has landed, but the immigration officer has not landed her. And the immigration officer will only landed her after when they have checked her documents and satisfied themselves that she's a genuine visitor to the United Kingdom. That is when they will now say yes, they can land her and allow her to go to UK. Now let me warn you ahead. There is no need for anyone to take their children and say they are coming to UK on a visit visa to settle there permanently and say they want children to go to school in the UK. Life is going to be hectic and miserable because you will not be able to walk and move freely and do things properly. Hence, as a result of that, you will lose your freedom. So the advice is that you need to ensure that you have necessary documents in place. For a renewal to UK, do we still need bank statement, invitation letter? You do need your bank statement and you need your invitation letter. And if you were being arranged with the help of an agent, and that agent is no longer available in your life, and you don't have a copy of the document, you're going to be banned for 10 years because the agent may have done something silly in that document and you don't know. So you are more likely to be banned if you be applied by yourself without knowing the previous information. Thank you. Thank you, my dear. You can call me straight away now if you want to call me. I'm on 0813 456 6319. You can call me now. Let's put it out there. You can call me now on 0813 456 6319. You know, so you can make a call now. If you want to call me now, you're free to do so. Thank you, Mr. Daniel. How are you? Thank you. Princess, how are you, my dear? Thank you. Thank you. Beautiful you, sir. Thank you. You've got the track record, man. Thank you. Trust you. Thank you. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. You look so beautiful, my airport friend, Miss Joyce Zacchaeus. You too, how are you? You too, how are you? Do you want to see me again? You want to see me? It's good. It might take a while. Yeah? Okay. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome on board. You're welcome. Welcome to you all. Welcome. You are all fantastic. There is too many names, so how many can I mention? Love you too, my dear. Love you, my sister. Thank you for coming on, everyone. You are all fantastic. I appreciate you. Who is this? Yes. So we are on 081361456631. Hello. Good afternoon, sir. How are you? Okay. Okay. I'm picking calls, so anyone that wants to call, you can call now. I'm answering call now. Yes, the reason why they probably sent you an email is just to remind you of your renewal. It's nothing to be worried about. I think it's the new system that they just been adopted now. You know, it's a new system, so I won't worry about that. Yeah. Are you clear now? No worries, here, bye. So if you receive an email, another person. Yeah. Hello? Yeah, hello dear. Good. Okay, good afternoon dear. Yes, hello dear. Go on. Good afternoon dear. Okay. Okay. I'm blessed. Thank you very much. How can I help you? You will have to do that on consultation. It's not something that I can put the detailed analysis out here. Yeah, if you want to visit United Kingdom, you have to do that consultation. You will call this number and you'll be given advice through it. You'll be told what to do. Yeah, but I'm on here now, so I won't be able to deal with that now. But you will call this number, so whoever picked this number, they will tell you what to do. Okay, all right, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, dear, bye-bye, dear. We are still here on 0813456631. Another one. Hello, good afternoon. The number is 0813456631. Yes, my dear, how are you? Okay, go on. Can you repeat that question again? If what? Hello? Yes, say that again. Oh yes, oh yes. If you have an invitation letter, hold on. If you have an invitation letter, it means you have relatives over there. If you don't have an invitation letter, you must be booking hotel straight away. You must book hotel. No, it's not compulsory. If you have your money anywhere in the world, money speak. If you have your money to fund it, you don't have to have anybody in England. That is not compulsory. Yeah? Okay, dear. All right. Yeah, bye.
And that actually is more difficult when you're at home, because there's an expectation on, say, what for today to go.
0813456. I'm coming. 6319. So we are on 0813-456-6319. That is the number we are actually on right now. 0813-456-6319 is the number we are on right now. Are you serious? Asking me where I'm located. I'm in Lagos. If you're keen to know where I'm located, but that's the only thing you can know for now until consultation fee is paid. You will not know my direct location. You will only know where I am. Thank you, Fumiko. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Florence Ipeme. Excellent woman. Thank you. I recognize all of you that are frequent fans, viewers on my line. Mr. Kenny Adewale, good afternoon. I recognize you. Fantastic guy. Fantastic. Thank you for joining us one by one. Everybody, I want to thank you all. I want to thank you all. You're all fantastic. Mr. Emmanuel, sorry about that without being arrogant. Without being arrogant, I'm in Lagos, but I cannot give location unless. Hello. Yeah, good afternoon. Yeah, hi. Select the same defense in consecutive games. That's been a problem for them. Injuries and suspensions. You are speaking with me straight away. You are speaking with me. Injury last week, so he misses out today. Individually, I think. Oh my God, the voice is now coming to Nigerian voice, isn't it? Is that what you're trying to say? My voice is like a young girl. Maybe I'm feeling weather in Nigeria. How can I help you? Mm-hmm. They would have a very comfortable return to the side on Wednesday in the Netherlands, where he only had one shot on target to face in 90 minutes. You would expect a little bit more here today. The side should come into this thing. It's a free shot, pretty much. It's not the kind of fixture. She left in January back to Nigeria. Let her stay till probably around November, December before she can come back. And because the fact that she has multiple visas does not guarantee that she can be coming in and out like a yo-yo. The whole idea is to reduce her time of coming for a new visa all the time. That's why they give them multiple on a trust. On a trust. So she must not be stopped carelessly, so that they won't say that you are using her as a nanny in England. Do you understand? Yeah. Generally, it should be next year for her to travel back again. So if she's going to travel, it has to be towards the end of this year, towards the end of the year. Okay. 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 All right. No problem. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. But you said you will wait until I finish. You are doing a really good work. Thank you, Miss Florence Ipeme. Good of enlightening people about visas and coming to residence UK. At least they are hearing from the horses. Go and deal with that there. Don't come. If a family member abroad should tell their families back home all what you are saying, they won't believe them. They would think the family member doesn't want them to come. I understand, and that is the reason why they should be hearing it from the horse's mouth. That is the reason why they will be hearing it from the horse's mouth. And or something like that. Do you understand? So when you are hearing this right from here direct, then you should be well assured that you are in a safe hand, you are getting the right information at the right time. The crucial is that at the right time, getting information at the right time is what is important. Hello?
He's recalled in place of
Yes, sir. How are you, sir? Very well, sir.
3-2 formation they used the devastating effect of the Champions League and final
Okay.
Wednesday. Edison is fit to play after his facial injury, and Gabriel Jesus makes the 100th appearance of his career, a milestone that will also be reached by Leroy Sané if he were to come off the bench.
Okay. Okay.
What fans were giving each other knowing glances as they were watching Manchester City's first half demolition of Feyenoord in the week. Hornets were 4-0 down by the break when the sides met here on the last day of last season. Their 6th successive defeat to City. It's a fixture that's had some painful memories for Watford. The failure of the big city here led to their relegation 10 years ago.
Are you saying that he was he applied for a student visa?
Another game means another centre-half partnership for Watford. Adrian Mariappa's only start this season came at right
Is what?
in the League Cup defeat of Bristol City, but he replaces the injured.
How old is your son?
of the Warriors back line.
14-year-old. 14. I think you should scan the refusal notice to my inbox. I think you should go and scan it to my inbox.
7 between them so far this season, including 5 in the last 2 matches, and they both found the net on their last visit to Vicarage Road. People are questioning whether they can play together or not.
That you will never know. So don't bother yourself. So you can deal with me anywhere in the world. The question you ask me, you will never know that answer. So don't worry about that.
Stoppage time equalised, secured a point. There's a quick return to Vicarage Road for him today.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay, we'll take it on from there. Thank you for calling. Cheers, bye.
Manchester City will get us underway in their changed kit.
Yeah, go on. I don't know how to answer this call. Do you know how to pick this phone?
It's 35 years since Watford were last top of the league when they won the 5th
Because
season to find the top of Manchester clubs.
and there are calls coming on. Hello.
Could return to the summit and leapfrog the second.
Yeah, hi, good afternoon.
The similarities are remarkable.
How can I help you?
There's merits in the differences over the course of the last year.
Okay. Is what? What? Was it deported from England to Nigeria? Okay. It's what? Say that again. The ban needs to be clear of first. It's not. Yes, it's not automatic. Was it banned from coming to UK? Yes. So after 10th year of that ban, that needs to be cleared. It's not an automatic application. You need to make application back to the Secretary of State. Yeah. You need to make application back to the Secretary of State in the United Kingdom through the office in Nigeria. He needs to take advice, it's not something I can deal with online. So just, yeah. The what? Okay. Yep. Can I be nice to you? I can't hear you properly, so I will not be able to discuss that at length. I have clients waiting on sitting now. Please bear with me. Let me hand you over to my assistant, then she will deal with the matter. Let me answer your question quickly, so that I can see the next person.
Okay, yeah. In my situation, if I'm earning like monthly, what should be, how can I put in my application?
Yeah, so you need to come and take advice on your own separately. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yes, what's your name? How are you? You spoke in English. But yesterday,
Okay, yeah.
you went to my other office yesterday at okay. How can I help you?
Yes. Actually, so my other sister is looking I think
Okay.
the discussion was on the visa entry into
So refusal to enter UK on a visit visa.
Yes.
Which one is it? Your mom?
Family, we are three.
Okay.
My dad, my mom, and myself.
Okay. What was the reason for going to the United Kingdom? The reason for visit?
Two. One on the medical follow-up. That's for my dad. His eyes follow-up in medical treatment and visit family.
Do you realize that the word medical means that it has to be a medical visitor, not ordinary visitor? The visa is supposed to come under medical. Yeah. Because he hasn't got residence in the UK, has he?
But he
Has he been previously living in the United Kingdom?
of course, that's where he had his children. Two children.
Yeah, but because he didn't have that settlement status, it means every entry back to UK has to be on visit. And if he's going to take medical,
He was invited by the NHS and
let me have a look at the document, please.
okay.
Let me see the document.
Actually, you can see if you watch mainly, it looks to get the ball into the box and he earns the opportunity. It's how this being delivers. It's great as a sensible to know exactly where the ball's coming in.
Thank you. You said you're watching it live from North Carolina. Wow, thank you. A lot of people do so. You're doing a great job filled with in-depth knowledge of an immigration matter. Thank you. Great job, Matt. Thank you. If you are a person that you still need to show evidence of earning, that's correct. You have to show that you're self-employed and you need to show money coming in and out. Yeah, that's correct. Thanks for the enlightenment, and I wish people will utilize the advice. I wish so. Madam C now, please help me. Good job. How much do you charge for the visa from Nigeria? You will have to see me for that on consultation, and then I'll look at your document and the case. That's right, Sister Tokumbo. Now you are drinking cocoa. Why? Coke is Coca-Cola. Okay. Why? I'm drinking Coca-Cola just to. No, there's no major reason. Anyway, it's just to relax myself because I don't drink alcohol. So I only use that to to relax. Please attend to my question. I'm the guy that called you from Europe right now, but we are on call. Well, I haven't seen your question. If I see your question, I'll deal with that. But I've got physical clients sitting at the moment. You know, I have clients that have paid for my time physically. So I have physical clients here, and I would like to address that once they are ready with the document. They are gathering the paperwork for me now. So that's what I'm waiting for. That's why I'm paused. You know, kindly explain situation and solution of everyone that calls so we can learn from them. You don't tell me what to do. Can a visa application be refused based on the fact that you have submitted all necessary documents? Your P60 meet the financial salary threshold, but there is a gap in the 6 month pay slip. They're going to refuse if there is a gap. My dear, they will refuse if there is a gap. P60 is not enough to corroborate your income. You need to have your pay slips and bank statements. Do you understand? They're going to refuse you. That's just the situation. How much do you charge for the visa being made? I like your hand and what's going into your mouth. I like your hand and what is going into your mouth. Hello? I like that, Miss Flores. Thank you. Very intelligent program, well delivered. Thank you, Fumiko. Beautiful woman. Well done, Miss Omawumi. Thank you, darling. Thank you, guys. Well done, madam. Thank you, Alari. This is nice, the Lord. I love you. Thank you. Well done, madam. Tola Agebe, I love you. Everybody came, well done, my darling. Thanks, I have given the number. Thank you, dear. Thank you. From New York City, Tax Row Peter. Tax Row. That's not a name anyway. Tax Row is not a name. Yes, now. Osaro Mase Alile. Madam, happy enjoyment. Thank you. Watching live from Germany. Kudos to you. And how's the German Chancellor doing there? My regards to Angela Merkel, which is the German Chancellor. My regards to the madam in Germany. But you remember I'm from United Kingdom. Please, do you help with American visa? At all, I don't give myself too much headache in life. As a legal practitioner based and qualified in the United Kingdom, I tend to concentrate on the jurisdictions that I am well acquainted with over many years of experience. So yes, I deal with UK. That give me rest of mind. Amen, Mr. Victor Ajenigure. By God's grace, no harm shall befall you. Any human being trying to hurt you is an enemy of progress, and their plans shall never come to pass. In the mighty name of Jesus, amen. With love from Germany, God bless you, my brother Victor Ajenigure. Thank you, thank you. I have covered myself with the authority above authority in heaven, which is the blood of Jesus. So I'm okay, I'm fine. Thank you so much. I love you guys. NHS don't get involved with migration issue. NHS, what do you mean by that? Can you explain yourself a bit? Ajibode Kemi. If someone is coming to the United Kingdom as a visitor, they're not presumed to use National Health Service. That is the reason why you guys are paying NHS surcharge now. So if visitors are coming, I don't think they charge them. But when they are using it on ground, they will have to pay. You know, watching live from London, Tola, what's the name of the food you are eating? Abba, you know everything. Eh? Pretty mommy the law. That's you, ma. Thank you. Lamina Ronke. Thank you. Thank you. Eku Shema, Eku Bobo Igba. You are doing a good job, sister. Thank you, Wale. Assist. Looking pretty as always from Houston, Texas. Thank you. Watching from California, you're beautiful. Thank you. What is your office situated, madam? Watching from China. Ooh. Another word entirely. I'm in Lagos at the moment, but I'm based in the United Kingdom. But I'm in Lagos at the moment. What parts of U.S. citizen take to become? What part can a U.S. citizen take to become a UK citizen? Why are you becoming a UK citizen when you have U.S. citizenship? I want to dabble into practicalities now. Do we have documents for you? Thank you. I want to go into practical now, so I want you to concentrate and follow me on. Like I said, the sensitivities of the documents and the names of the people are quite important to me as a lawyer, so they must all be protected at all times. So I'm just going to look at the decisions, which is the entry clearance reason for refusal, and then you can see whether we can make some common sense from it so that people can avoid that same mistake next time.
So this was the first publication. If it was unable to make us like this, we now wrote him back.
Hold on. This is the invitation letter. Where is the entry clearance refusal notice? That's what we need. To be honest with you, if you're a US citizen, there is no need for conversion to become a UK citizen. You're just going to be stressing yourself. It's more or less similar of two powerful nations head to head, you know. But if you really want to come and settle in the United Kingdom, then you have to follow the requirements. Either you marry to a citizen of the United Kingdom, or you take a work visa properly or student visa to come to UK. But settlement will be guaranteed through someone have settled status in England, which is probably wife or husband, easy, you know. But you have to take that visa from entrance so that you can have the spouse visa to come to UK. You apply twice.
They've been there twice.
They've been there twice.
They went on 6 months.
Okay, this is different people anyway. Yeah.
Then they traveled twice. They went on 6 months. And the second one on 2 years.
Okay.
So this is the 5 years.
So it's the 5 years that they were trying to apply for. Why were they refused on the 5 years one?
Fine. On the decision of my dad, they said he's going there to work. And again,
Who's going there to work?
my dad, he's 75 years.
What visa has he got?
Previously,
Mm-hmm.
family visit.
Why would he go there to work?
I don't know.
Who feel it?
No, I think the decision of the.
That's what they said.
That's what they said.
How can 75-year-old go there to work?
I don't know. He said he's a pensioner over there. He has all the documents.
And you have 6 months and 2 years previously. So was the first 5 years you applied for and you were refused?
Exactly.
Oh my God.
The 5 years on
Oh my God.
we've been there twice. It's not as if they were just going to.
I have refused your application for, let me see the first applicant, which is this. This is the first applicant.
Yeah, that's my dad.
I have refused your application for a visit visa because I am not satisfied that you meet the requirement. Bear it in mind when we are doing this. This is a person that has traveled before. This is a person that has national insurance number in Nigeria in those days, probably in the period of my parents when I was born there. I'm not too sure, but it looks similar the way I'm looking at it. Now, I think this person reapplied. This person got 6 months previously, has 2 years, and now applied for 5 years. The 5 years is what they refuse now, but let us look at the reason for refusal before we come into conclusion. Do you understand? Because sometimes we are making mistakes. People think that because they have 6 months, 2 years, they are going to be automatically granted for their 5 years visa or 10 years. It doesn't follow like that. It doesn't go like that. It goes with a lot of scrutiny. They scrutinize documents in depth. You know. Now, under the same appendix, he has considered the application in the context of the evidence, personal circumstances, and funding. They have declared in your visa application form that you are retired and that you married with 2 dependent children. They also say that you are proposed to travel for an eye appointment to visit your family. Eye appointment. That shouldn't have been disclosed. Did you hear what I said? In confidence, ojú tí wọ́n sọ pé wọ́n fẹ́ lọ ṣe yẹn kò yẹ kó dárúkọ pé wọ́n fẹ́ lọ ṣe yẹn nítorí wọ́n gba separate medical document láti ṣe pé wọ́n fẹ́ lọ ṣe ojú wọ́n gba visa lórí medical àlejò ní gbà. Because there's the NHS knows that he's in Nigeria. The address is in the UK. It's a UK address. Exactly. And he hasn't got settlement status. The NHS sent him a letter on the basis that he was in the UK, not the fact that he's coming from Nigeria. The letter is written to the address Edmonton in England.
But it was well communicated to them
Wait and see. Let's proceed. I must also consider the evidence of your present personal circumstances and funding as demonstrated by you. You have not stated in your signed visa application how your proposed visit will be funded. Furthermore, while I have considered this document submitted, I am not satisfied that you have sufficiently demonstrated your personal circumstances and funds, or that they are such that you can be relied upon to meet the conditions of visit entry clearance. Taking the foregoing into account, I am not satisfied that you intend to leave UK at the end of your visit. Furthermore, I am not satisfied that you have sufficient funds available to cover your cost while in the UK without working or accessing public funds. An I operation is an assessment, it's an access to public funds. I operation is an access to public funds. Don't forget, because it's conducted under it will be conducted under National Health Service. So mark that, guys, online. Any future visa application you may make will be considered on their individual merits. However, you are likely to be refused unless that is a threat, isn't it? That is a threat. I don't joke with threats. That is a threat. I think that's a threat. Unless your personal circumstances change significantly between now and your next application. Quote it, which means that they are not expecting him to put in the same document he had submitted at this level when he's making a new application again. So you must provide compelling new evidence, meaning that he needs to show the reason, a new reason entirely in his next application as to the reason why he must be granted. Compelling. You see, there are some things that are not clear to us in the world, but this is clear to me. This is clear. It appears to me that somehow the person who prepared this application hasn't got that detailed knowledge of what we have in the UK. The person basically used Nigerian local knowledge to submit this application, because ordinarily a competent UK lawyer, I am not saying everybody is competent, but I'm saying a competent UK lawyer with viable knowledge of immigration and nationality law, UK jurisdiction, should have known pé kò yẹ kó include you when for wá ṣe ojú níbẹ̀. Letter to National Health Service kọ yìí, let me keep the name away. Letter to National Health Service kọ yẹn kò yẹ kí wọ́n submit ẹ̀ mọ́, kò yẹ kó wọlé lọ. Because NHS owó ìjọba ni àlejò dẹ̀ làwọn tí wọ́n ń bọ̀, kò ṣe pé bí wọ́n níwèé ìgbèlú. Lẹ́tà tí NHS kọ sí wọn, NHS ń wo rẹ́kọ̀dù wọn láti ìgbà kan ti gbé bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni in the 60s and 70s ní NHS ń wò bó ṣe remind wọn, àti pé tó pé wọ́n ti wọlé, wọ́n ti gba 2 years rí, òun ní NHS ṣe remind wọn kàn wá ṣe ojú. Now nígbà tí wọ́n bá ń ṣe application fún 5 years visa yẹn, tó bá jẹ́ ẹni tó ní làákàyè, tó ní àròjinlẹ̀, tó dẹ̀ mọ̀ nípa òfin yẹn dáadáa, kò yẹ kó mention pé wọ́n fẹ́ lọ ṣe ojú ajú rárá lọ o, kì í ṣe ti jàkadì. Lẹ́tà tí wọ́n kọ láti NHS ni ó yẹ kán jọ kúrò bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ó yẹ kán kàn sọ wípé wọ́n ń renew visa wọn on the basis of the previous application for 2 years ni, which means that the same information tí wọ́n dà sílẹ̀ nígbà kan fún wọn lóṣù mẹ́fà, tí wọ́n fún wọn lọ́dún méjì, the same information yẹn ló yẹ kán dà sílẹ̀ again ló bá tán. Ní bá máa gbọ́dún márùn-ún wọ́n dẹ̀ máa bá ti wọn lọ. Now láti change the story wípé kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́ tàbí rí bẹ́ẹ̀, ó máa le díẹ̀ o, nítorí àwọn ará bí one way traffic ni wọ́n. Tó máa sọ pé no entry náà ní sáyẹn máa wà, they not gonna twist it round. wọ́n wo income wọn wọ́n dẹ̀ wò kán fẹ́ lọ ṣe ojú lọ́hùn tí wọ́n ṣe refuse wọn nìyẹn. Meanwhile retiree ni wọ́n, this is a retired person tó wá ń gba pension ní UK lórí N9 tó ti contribute tẹ́lẹ̀. Wọ́n ń gba pension ní UK lórí N9 tó ti contribute tẹ́lẹ̀ ní ṣe ń gba pension yẹn. But that is not the way entry clearance is thinking. You see, the department, they are different. They are not the same. The welfare benefit sections are different from the entry clearance and immigration officers. So, to correct this now, this is a major headache. I would like to look at the reason why they were granted their 2 years visa. Young man, I would like to look at the reason why all of you were granted. You were not involved in the two years visa. Why did they include you?
It was based on this.
Let down are you? You are not underage.
The reason why I'm involved is also about the sister. I work schedule.
It's what?
I work schedule. So probably they decide that come with me so that I'll be able to look at it. So these are passports, that's my husband. And I have another brother as well. He's also a citizen.
You see, it doesn't follow like this. Can we look at the letter attached with the application form? If you have one, let's see.
Signs of education.
Yeah, let's have a look.
Sterling, but not on the arm, significantly according to the officials. To bring it forward. And Sterling was able to mop up.
Nothing like that.
To 6 Here's Jesus. Making his way inside the penalty area. Might find his strike partner. Whistle does go. It's a Manchester City free kick. Caution to escape a yellow card.
I basically think that he was refused. You guys were refused because of this.
Manchester City's complaints at the first ball was slightly under pressure. Has been
Because if to say this has been paid for privately and there is a receipt for it, they will not refuse this visa. Because the young man, which is your father, has satisfied them here. Look, that he's got he has houses all over Lagos. Yeah, an owner of landed properties which is building approval plan in Ogun State. Alternative pains me rent, so he has income coming in. Yeah, so there is no doubt about the income.
What they complained about is financial.
Because it wasn't properly put together. You see, when this person boasts of properties, The document submitted with it.
Yeah, it's here. Everything was
The income coming in, were there money to the bank statement showing let me have a look at the money coming in. Where is the balance in the account? Let me look at the balance. I think they are rude. But it's because it's 3 of you. Nigerian currency, this is million. Yeah. There were 3 of you going, and 3 of you relying.
No, my mom has her own as well. She has her own
Bank account.
submitted.
But was it mentioned that they're going to join her account with this?
No, I'm going with my dad. This was problem.
But your mom not going.
She's also going, but her own documentation is
It doesn't work like that. Are they not husband and wife? Mommy, ẹ̀yin tí ẹ kẹ́ máa trade wa kẹ́ máa bá wa wí.
What is it that bad?
Mommy dàgbà kìíní, mommy ẹ̀yin lé kẹ́ máa trade wa.
Don't buy it, we are consistent.
Why do you hold separate bank statements to the entry clearance application? Even if you may have it here, it's supposed to have been attached with this. And in a representation letter, your dad should be mentioning that both accounts will be used. It wasn't mentioned.
And it was a joint.
Yeah, but your mom's account will have been used with it. The money here is not enough for 3 of you in calculation. The way they are thinking is different.
Except for that.
Do you understand? The way they are thinking is completely different. So you can't do account to mommy. Come from my lady. But they were not told. Listen, I was in court when a judge was telling me that do I expect the entry clearance to do my dirty work? As he was telling me off, he was telling my counterpart, which is the home office person of as well, that we should not expect the entry clearance to be doing the dirty work for us, meaning that all documents submitted must be explained.
Are they saying
Yes,
we must detail
yes. So that is where you have mixed out on the uses of legal practitioner. Because Babalo submitted from a local letter, and that's what you submitted. But if you feel it can contain the loan, because see a lawyer about one bear. For example, if it's someone like me, the more do it. Motimari mistake yi me ni deko wole lo mati sift here. When you sift documents, it enables you to take the ugly one out and keep the better one. Now documents that àwọn mommy àti ti bàbá yẹ kó àpapọ̀ ni, bank statement àwọn méjèèjì yẹ kó àpapọ̀ ni. I believe you have marriage certificate now. Because marriage certificate will answer the problems. So bank statement will have to be attached together, and in the representation, they will be mentioned that both income will be relied on. Baba's income is juicy for him alone. It's good for him alone. Kanipa when the loan law, they mention high treatment, you would have scaled through. It's a big mess. Because it means that the next time you're going to apply, there is every tendency that they're going to jump the visa back to 6 months or 2 years. And to do that, it means that that shouldn't have been mentioned. But one mention in the application, one was she long. Do you know Shemoye is going to long journey of fair? Do you understand? It should be over. It be any problem to show. That should not have been disclosed. Not what you said. No, kò jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ibi tẹ́ ti miss out to legal advice nìyẹn. Ibẹ̀ yẹn ni legal advice ti wà important. Tẹ́ bá tẹ̀ máa fúnra yín prepare at the end of the day. You will have digest to me everything tẹ́ fẹ́ ṣe. Èmi á bẹ̀rẹ̀ sọ fún pé àyẹ̀yẹ ilé ìkó bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ̀yẹ ilé ìkó bẹ́ẹ̀ ilé ìkó lò ilé ìkó ṣe. So àárín yẹn gap yẹn show. Gap yẹn show ni.
One of the things I said was track runners, and that's something that Watford haven't done enough of. Particularly from midfield. So David Silva supplying the second goal. No one went with him.
Follow-up appointment. I want people might refuse him. That should not have been mentioned. Bàbá ṣì indicate pé ó jẹ́ dandan. Meanwhile, àlejò ni wọ́n. Tó bá ṣe pé wọ́n ní ìwé ìgbèbí ráúráú settlement, then that's fine. Nobody's going to question him. All he needs to do is to travel back in within 2 years, before the 2 years. Because a settlement person must not stay outside for 2 years. So I go to Parasimile within 2 years. I understand? They don't let you last minute. But the fact that this is missing now, the content of this letter is completely wrong. It should not have been disclosed. Because overseas accounts not somewhere you see. Yeah, but overseas pension, yeah. That was the same situation of my parents until I applied for settlement for them back in 2000. Yeah, because I saw it coming in this way. So that's why I decided to apply for my parents in the year 2000. That's a permanent settlement. Not many people really refuse on you. You understand? Many people late, but because I was in practice, I pay you can buy you can't change it to read your why do. Aha, àṣírí tú. Listen, you have stayed in the UK longer than indicated at the time of your last application. And because of this, I am not satisfied that the statements you have made regarding the duration of your visa application are reliable.
These people are applying does this guarantee them going there?
There are many pensioners that their children talk about wọlé àwọn òbí wọn padà ní tó wà lọ́wọ́ yẹn. Yeah, they probably stay in the house or
Don't go out.
They don't care. They don't care. You see, the way tí òyìnbó ṣe ń ronú ó yàtọ̀ sí tiwa. Àwa la máa ń fẹ́ ṣe nǹkan ká má kí akàkà máa ṣe wúwo. Àwọn fẹ́ kí nǹkan wà létòlétò. Ó ti calculate ẹ ti rí pé bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń bá lọ yìí wọ́n lè fẹ́ dọ̀ for settlement. Bó ṣe check it out ni. Because ọ̀tọ̀ nípa tó sọ ní ti màmá níbí. Ọ̀tọ̀ nípa tó sọ níbi ti bàbá bẹ́ẹ̀.
The reason for longer stay
This is what I said to people, that 6 months visa and 2 years visa or 5 years visa doesn't mean that you have to stay more than 6 months.
And they do stay.
Yeah, but they mentioned the duration of their staying, but they stay more than that duration.
No. They because in the form, they use it as like they wrote something like 2 months or 2 months, a month or 2 months. That's the reason question refers to their form, their last form. They stay there a month or 2 months. They use more than they didn't stay more than 180 days.
They cannot afford to. They can't. No one is allowed to stay that 180 days. That's what I'm saying. They have mentioned their duration of staying, but unfortunately they stay more than that mentioning. Say, for example, you said to them on your application you're going to stay 6 weeks. It has to be 6 weeks. But you've seen them that they have exercised their discretion to refuse. But there is a major power conferred on them by the Majesty. Do you understand? There is a power embedded, and that power can be used anytime on visitors coming to the country, because they have sworn they are different. These people that are working in that section in foreign offices are representing HM in England. So they are working on behalf of the Secretary of State for the United Kingdom. So, one year agbára. You see, 6 months visa, 2 years visa is the law. But there is a special power conferred on them. Understand? There is a special power that they have put on them. Agbára yẹn máa ń gùn wọ́n. And when they see that kind of mistake here, they use their agbára. They use that power. That's the discretion. They also can use discretion to grant. Somebody pay gbogbo kini close now, ó kàn kò reason kan kékeré kan tí ò fi ní succeed. But they tend to, do you understand? They tend to change it around. Agbára tó fún wọn, listen, ó yàtọ̀. Because they are representing the whole government of the United Kingdom. And that is our power. Agbára wa nìyẹn, home security wa nìyẹn. So it has to be properly controlled. So anyone working in that department, they are trustworthy. They are reliable. They are dependable. Wọn kì í ṣe dick and marry that anyone can pick on the street kó wá ṣiṣẹ́ níbẹ̀ yẹn. Anyone can work in the home office in the UK, dick and marry. Dick and Harry cannot work outside because ojú government ni wọ́n lọ represent. And that's what happened here. Ó jókòó, ó calculate, ó dẹ̀ scrutinize it. They're refusing. I am scared. And I don't use that word. I am scared. The reason why I say I'm scared here is because Babatilo mentioned high appointments. That is the reason why I'm scared. Nítorí kán bá ti gbé yín lé nǹkan, wọn ò tètè release ẹ̀, wọn ò tètè yọ eyín ẹ̀ kó bẹ̀.
From the angle of the law, ó ti sáàbò those days. Gbogbo àwọn kan papers tó ń wọ̀ ní láti show that he doesn't have any stay in those periods. Mo believe pé irú àwọn kan bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ó yẹ consideration the record ló wà clearly stated from the end Nigeria náà documents showing his work, property and everything well stated here. With his personality, I don't think his time is anywhere. Well, you know, if it's someone that only fancy in the cover, you still children over there, they are British citizens. And he's old, he's 75. Now when he's in his 70s, so what are they doing there to do?
Exactly.
So, you know, look at what they're doing. They have them, they are telling you that. They have people over there, they are well to do. That's why I want to put it building my phone. Because my brother is married as well. My other status is married. They are four. They are enough to take care of their parents. But I don't know, they will not see it that way. That's their own business. Yes, for me. Taking of her for long.
I'm reading comments as well. They are fighting on me there in the comments there because you know Internet has addressed some of it in Yoruba, so they're not happy. So they are fighting seriously online. One judge below will rely, but they think I'm not seeing it. But I'm looking at the comments. One judge seriously, but that is fine. Those who understand knows that there are certain things that you have to speak in Yoruba dialect. Even though they might have an interpreter, but it doesn't matter to me. At least me, basic back to get there. So that is important. Apologies to all of you online that are worried about my Yoruba speaking language. I am really sorry. I will try to purport it in a way that you guys will understand. But don't worry. There is a client that paid for this time. So when clients paid for a situation like this, we have to make sure that they are happy. You are online, you are my viewers, and I respect you. I am humble, I love you guys. Don't get cross with each other. Please, don't get annoyed. I have said it several times in my program, even when I'm on radio or TV. There are times that I have to deviate and speak Yoruba because in the first instance, I started this program because of the Yoruba in the diaspora. They are the largest tribe, with due respect to all non-native, all non-Yoruba speakers. I love you all guys. I love you. You should understand my situation. You should understand my situation. I love you dearly, and I will want you to purport yourself. Our enlightenment, our exposure, our education should be speaking for us. That is a part of our stature. So please, let us have respect for each other. Please. I have respect for all of you that are fighting my battle there. I love you dearly. I know people are watching my back for me, and I respect you. Thank you so much, all of you. You're all wonderful. We're still here. We're still here. So please, let's support ourselves and continue to enjoy each other. We're still here. I am not tired. So don't worry, because I still have clients sitting here at the lab, but they don't. It's here, you know, suffering. I have already been telling you, I love older people, and I always want to give them time in my life. Even outside my work, I love to respect Agbalagba. So I don't have under 18 or 20 here. Agbalagba ló wà níwájú mi. Mo fi ìyà náà Ọlọ́run bẹ̀ yín. Ẹ jẹ́ ká purport ara wa. Let us have respect for each other. Please. Agbalagba ló wà níwájú mi tí mo dá lóhùn lọ́wọ́. I don't get annoyed because you are my fans, you are my viewers. If you are not there, I cannot speak on my own. Because if nobody is listening to me, then it will be pointless. So I am so humble, and I have great respect for all of you. Emma Binu, please take heart. I will continue to do English, but when there are sensitive information to give out, Emma Bagbe, please, Biko, Biko, don't get annoyed, Biko. Right. He's saying that your recent vision of down was issued with a 2-year policy, and you know that you have stated that you intended a visit of 3 weeks. They felt low. You want to spend 3 weeks here. However, I know that your last visit was from 18th January. Do you understand? 18th of January until 1st of July 2016. That's where mom has stepped on toes of the authority. That should have been easily rearranged by your sister and said, listen, they want to extend. I want to extend my parents' visit in the United Kingdom to 6 months. There is validity of expanding it. Yeah, but she will have to make a separate application to the Home Office on ground. A proper application to extend their stay so that the relationship of trust could continue. I think that is where that problem occurs. And I always tell younger clients, they don't believe me. 2 weeks is 2 weeks. But when they are filling an application, they think that, let me just do 2 weeks. When I get in, I will stay 3 months.
Is it possible for somebody to include or be factual and say, okay, I want to stay for 5 months and they are approving? Is it possible?
To do what?
For you to stay 5 months, they approve it.
Okay. Is it what?
Is it possible? Let's assume, okay, in my now, I stated that I'm using 5 months. Would that guarantee my approval?
If you stay 5 months?
Yeah.
No. For the year. You're not going to get a year next time.
That's more reason why people are taking 3 weeks.
If you stay 3 weeks on the phone and then you spend 5 months or renewal, they're going to refuse.
So I'm expecting you can't
Because we're good at nothing. Nice about it. Then I'm going to put a water lot go extend here. Because what is at stake is that they will not be able to come back. And that's what happened here. And this is what they call disregard. What happened here, January to July, was about 6 months. That's not the point. That's not the point. The point is that it's been stated 3 weeks. So before the end of 3 weeks, she should have submitted an application to the Home Office for an extension of visa, of a visit visa. You guys are allowed to extend up until that validity of 6 months. Over there. It's another money, but at least you are guaranteed of your peace of mind. So this wouldn't have occurred.
Did you notice that the first application, which was the 6 months,
individuals are different. You see, some of us are born with curiosity mind, which means that we have detailed analysis of things. That means that anything that comes through our desk, we will analyze it. So this person that did this one basically went in detail and retrieved your previous applications. In fact, we can ramon you can somebody. Yeah. There are some of them that they are so. No, those that are kind are those that are so lively and social and outgoing person and don't care. Let them go. They are older. They will go back, come back. But there are some that are so street. They don't care, and that's what happened here. That's what happened. There is no any other excuse other than the date. Let me look at your one. This is the Papa's one. Is this your one?
Yeah, this one.
Okay.
I don't believe human are for some people, don't have to just let it go. But I want to say, yeah, okay, no more assist. Another time, we're having the second child. Don't
James Amukoko, you are such a funny person. They have no moral reason to reject Nigerians' visa owing to what they are obtaining from Biafra land, which is their main source of survival. I love your thinking.
Jesus to get past the young man. Finishing in his way. Get the awareness to pick up the right passes. The well-timed challenge alleviated the danger. Walker finds Aguero though, nipping it around the Corre. And it's in again. Jesus! It's three. Tell you what though, another question mark. Over offside. Jesus has got a fraction too soon. He's in an offside position. Combination of that front two though. Aguero and Jesus again.
This was refused because although the once main applicant is refused, the whole trail is gone. It would affect all the trail because it's a trail. So once the first person has been refused, then the whole trail will be refused. But crucially, you now said it that you are not under 18, so they cannot just include you carelessly. And that's why you're refused, because there is no evidence of your financial situation in Nigeria. So this means the connection is not tight. You haven't got wife, you haven't got children. Yeah. You married, yeah, but they cannot establish your financial position. Because here it's stated that you are going to be relying on your father's income over there, and that's why they refuse. So, what do you intend to do? You just been refused. Well, when will you refuse on this? Thank you, dear. Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless you too. God bless you. Yeah, just eating it on the respect. Ha ha ha. Thank you. You're just too lovely and humble, ma'am. May God continue to bless all the works of your hands. Amen. In Jesus' name. Thank you. You too. Good afternoon, Nora from Nora. How can I make payment for an appointment? My husband is a UK citizen and I was refused to visit my husband. Please, I need help. Ooh. You cannot visit your husband because they know that you are not going to return back. They're not stupid. So you should be applying for spouse visa. Nora, you should be applying for spouse visa to come to the United Kingdom. They're not going to accept your excuse as a visitor because you're coming to your husband. And you're more likely to get pregnant during your visit in the UK. Therefore, you will want to use our National Health Service surcharge. Therefore, you are not going to be granted. Abby, easy. I tell you, Nora Jikong, I'm sure you're watching me. You're listening to what I'm saying, isn't it? Tommy Fowora, immigration officers are demigod. I know. We are watching football together. I'm turning off till later. I'm not watching football. God bless you. Ma, you are really doing a good job. I put it in my mom's application for visit visa for 6 months, though she has gotten 2 years before to visit my sister in London. Since 24th of June, I wonder why the delay for a repeated visitor and even sent mail and charged to the new address concern always replied by the You need to check with the person that assisted you to submit to make sure that it's been submitted properly and that it's not hanging elsewhere. So, yeah, but it's the same set, isn't it? Same set. So the situation is that you just have to relax and then reapply. When you are reapplying next time, You need to avoid anything to do with national health service commitments and make a straightforward application for a visit to the United Kingdom and mention this there. This has to be reiterated. Reason why? Because when they refuse people, the reason for refusal cannot be ignored. In a new application, it has to be mentioned and said to be corrected and that way. So you will be needing an expert advice, an expert representation when you are ready. Your sister will get it through to me when the time comes, but don't do anything for now. Well, this is just up to you. Just refuse in January, so leave them 1 year and make application next year. Yeah, then make application straight away. Good luck. We have completed the advice now on to regarding the visa. A family visit to the United Kingdom, and the reason why the family were refused was as a result of them mentioning that the father is coming to have eye operation under National Health Service in England. It is true that the father may have contributed with his N9 in the past, but because he has his visit visa, there is no way he can continue in that manner. So that's the situation. No, not at all. So that is just the situation. I have to go now. I want to applaud all of you that have been online. It is nice to have you online. Please, there is no need for such an argument regarding the speaking of Yoruba and English. Let us continue to understand each other. God bless you. God bless United Kingdom, and God bless Nigeria. Thank you all, and bless you all for watching me. I remain humble. I haven't changed. I love you all. Kudos to you. Bye for now.